Hello my beautiful friends, welcome back to my channel. It has been so long, I know. I want to first, before jumping in, is just to thank all of you guys for the support that you guys have given me over the last 2 years. I have been ill in a way that I cannot properly convey. It has been really hard, but through all that, even with my very little posting, I think I've posted maybe 2 times this year and then just a handful of times last year, because it was so bad that it just was too difficult for me to do much of anything. But you guys have not only stuck around, for those of you who have been with me for a long time, I love you so much, thank you. I also have so many new subscribers that have come in. I'm almost at 10,000 and I haven't been very active for 2 years. And I mean, I know I've had my channel for 4 years, but to have almost 10,000 because for the last 2 years you guys have been coming in anyways, like, it's so beautiful. I feel so loved, I feel supported. I feel lots of good things. So thank you guys. So to jump in, I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a trigger warning. I am gonna share some pictures that I shared in a previous health update video. They're going to be images of what my skin looked like on my hands, on my face. It's been bad. So trigger warning, if you don't wanna see it, you can just skip ahead to other parts. So this has been going on for about 3 years. I have had some serious health issues. It started with just skin. I would flare up really bad, what seems like eczema, all over my body. So my dermatologist, who I've had since I was about 13, 14 years old, they repeatedly told me it was just my eczema and psoriasis flaring up real bad. We tried so many different things and it just was not working. And then last year came around and that's when I gave you guys my update video. It got significantly worse. I would get blisters that were so bad on my hands that it almost gave off infection, and I honestly thought it was infection. And because my dermatologist was just not listening to me, not helping me, he had become very dismissive, which was really disappointing. So I stopped seeing him. I went through multiple doctors, naturopathic doctor, a doctor in another country that I would talk to over telehealth calls. He was honestly my most favorite one. And when he gave me a diagnosis that made so much more sense than anybody else's, he ended up passing away on me. So right back to having to find doctors here in the States that'll listen to me. So it turned out I developed a severe photosensitivity. So I basically am allergic to the sun suddenly. So I had to learn that I cannot be out in the sun from 10 to 5. And when I am out in the sun, whether it is sunny or not, I have to be completely covered head to toe. I need to wear sunscreen. When I tell you 10 minutes in the sun is enough to create this horrible sunburn feeling on my skin and inflammation and all of these awful breakouts, I mean like 10 minutes. That's not an exaggeration. And it has led to so many other symptoms that also get aggravated by being out in the sun, like really bad heart issues that I'm having, lung issues, terrible migraines, just muscle ache, joint pain that's much worse. The muscle pain has been really getting to me this year. My skin has improved significantly. Like, you guys can see my hands, like, it's amazing. Also with the help of a new dermatologist who recently started me on a new medication a couple months ago, that has made a massive improvement with my skin. But with all that still, as my skin improved, like I said, I ended up dealing with, starting earlier this year, probably like January, February, where it was just muscles and joints and heart and lungs were kicking in hardcore. So as one thing got better, another one got worse. So with my health being the way it was, I had to make a decision on the garden. And that was that I'm gonna do it, but I am just going to let it do its thing. I'm not gonna pressure myself. I'm not going to beat myself up if things die. I am going to do what I can when I feel good, which is usually about a 1 week window of feeling like relief, and then 3 weeks of misery. And it's been that way for about 2 years now. So with doing what I could, I recruited my family to help me clear out the garden, and then my in-laws, my beautiful in-laws, came and helped me to weed it out and then plant all of my starts that I had grown, which I stuck to things like peppers, cucumbers, loofah sponges, herbs, and I did do some tomatillos and some tomatoes, but those were all volunteers that I would just kind of like pluck up and move to a different spot, and if they survived, they survived. But I chose not to purposely grow anything tomato related because I live in a really humid place in South Carolina, and tomato plants get so sick here at certain points of the summer just because they just can't handle that much humidity, and that alone stresses me out trying to take care of them. So if it started to die in my garden, I pulled it out and tossed it. I was not going to sit there and try to figure out what was wrong with it. I am not in the health to be able to do that. I was going to let the garden give me what it could give me and be grateful for it with the little care that I could give it. And so I would get out there every once in a while and do what I could. My family would come out and they'd help me with doing things like harvesting or cleaning out beds when I needed to. And it really did help me out so much. There were times when I just spent an entire month and completely neglected the garden, but then I would go out there and suddenly I would have peppers to harvest. I would do the little bit that I could in little sections. It was honestly like this month I can harvest the jalapenos and make pickled jalapenos. This month I can harvest all the cayenne peppers and string them up, and every month I did what I could. And then when August and September rolled around, that's when it just became way too much for me. The heat and the humidity, and I was genuinely at my worst. September is the worst flare-up I've had this entire year. It came with some very scary heart palpitations and lung problems, and just it's all of my upper arm muscles, my shoulders, my butt cheeks, my thighs, all of those muscles are at their worst. And so I am now in a place where it is now November and I don't have anything for fall planted in my garden. I don't even have compost down. Compost, the plan is to do this week. Thankfully, I live in South Carolina, so it's very forgiving on starting late. But even if it wasn't forgiving on starting late, I'd still do it anyways, because just like with the spring and summer garden, if it'll give me something, I will gladly accept it and do my best when I feel okay. And if not, I tried. So this weekend we'll be planting garlic and onion starts because it's November and it's okay. And I will do my best to put in some broccoli and kale and Swiss chard and all the things that I can. And if they grow, great. If not, because it's too late or it gets too cold or I get too sick, then that's okay too. I will gladly accept what the garden is going to give me in the health that I'm in, and not beat myself up and not be hard on myself and not feel like a failure, feel like I've wasted money or time or anything like that. I'm just going to enjoy what it can give me when it can. And so that leads me to diagnosis. I keep getting this close to feeling like I'm gonna have a diagnosis. I put in that last post that I finally got one because it genuinely seemed like the doctors finally got it. I've been hesitant on whether I want to share what the maybe diagnosis is because I don't want to jinx it, but at this point, you know what? Maybe somebody here on YouTube can help me out. So the maybe diagnosis is between dermatomyositis and lupus. They've been doing so much testing. I can't tell you how much money I have had to spend in medical bills trying to figure this out. Both of those things are extremely difficult to diagnose. You have to go through so much. And just like with decades of trying to figure out my psoriatic arthritis and the 15 years I spent trying to figure out about my thyroid problems, because I have hypothyroidism and Hashimoto's, that caused the hypothyroidism from being ignored for so long. I keep getting back things that are saying, oh, normal and negative, and it's not normal. Nothing about what I'm going through is normal. Staying hopeful that we'll get a diagnosis. I have appointments with neurology to get my muscles and nerves tested. I have an appointment with cardiology. I'm gonna have to get a pulmonary test done just to figure out all the things, and hopefully with all the testing they can put it together and figure out if it truly is one of those two, or if it's just something completely different. So with all that long-winded speech, just for those of you who pray, if you could please just keep me in your prayers, that these doctors figure it out, that a doctor, somebody comes into my life and just helps all of these things, all of the dots connect and help me figure this out so I can get on the right treatment plan. If you pray, then please keep me in your prayers. And if not, if that's not your thing, that's okay. Send me good vibes, send me your good thoughts, send me your love, and just thank you guys for sticking around, for being so patient, and for loving on me. Things on my channel might look a little bit different than it did before, which I think will be a good thing, and just sharing and being more open with you guys about trying to achieve the things that I'm achieving with chronic illness, because I have to do life in a very different way now. I have to relearn how to do everything. With the muscle weakness that I'm experiencing, I am no longer capable of doing half the stuff I was able to do. I have to do a lot sitting down. I have to limit how much movement I do, how much bending over I do, because it makes me go down really hard in a really awful way. So, like I said, things are probably gonna look different, and that's okay. I'm still gonna be giving you guys recipes. I'm still going to be sharing my life. There's just gonna be a whole lot of how I do life with this chronic illness, and maybe that'll help some of you who also have chronic illness and want to have the homesteady type of life. Just makes it more difficult, but we got this. We can do it. So that is it for this little update video. Thank you guys for sitting through and hearing me out. Thank you guys for your support, your love, all of the subscribers that have joined. Thank you guys for almost 10,000. It's amazing. Sometimes I feel like I'm not cut out for this anymore just because of the way things have gone. And I think it's better to quit. And then every single time I get those thoughts, you guys show up in my comments and say the kindest things and just encourage me to do otherwise. So here is to figuring out a new way of living with chronic illness that still lets me live my life in a way that brings me joy, even when it's difficult. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.